Within 6 months of meeting, Yelena Ambartsumian and Miroslav Grajewski began buying paintings together. They fell in love with more than the art. Marriage, they say, is a negotiation, a protracted conversation built on trust, shared goals and infinite reserves of tact. It's a concept not lost on Yelena Ambartsumian and Miroslav Grajewski, who, well before they traded vows January 19 at St. Illuminator's Armenian Apostolic Cathedral in Manhattan, had already mastered the art of the deal. 2 years ago, Ms. Ambartsumian, 30, an associate in the law firm Milbank, and Mr. Grajewski, 28, an engineer and executive with Zuvik Carr and Associates, embarked on a courtship sparked by a mutual passion for contemporary art. That shared appetite led them to invest piece by piece in a jointly held collection. Their path in the art world was halting at first. "We definitely had a fair number of moments where we thought we were nuts," Mr. Grajewski said just days before the wedding, going on to describe a romance fueled by robust curiosity and the desire to build a legacy. Were they driven to compete with other, perhaps more seasoned young trophy hunters? Not at all, Mr. Grajewski said. Still, at Art Basel in Miami, collecting can be like a contest. People will greet you with, "What did you get?" he said, that question abruptly followed by, "Oh, here's what we got in the few hours since we last saw you." By contrast, he added emphatically, "We made sure we were buying a piece because liked it and not for any other reason." They made their first buy, a photographic work by Willa Nasadir, after dating for only 6 months. "Even after such a short time, we were making harder choices than a lot of married couples," Ms. Ambartsumian said. Their acquisitions were modest at first, becoming more ambitious with time, some priced in the tens of thousands or more for a variety of works, many by European or Near Eastern artists. Women artists represent half of their collection. To some, such sums may seem staggering. Indeed, Ms. Ambartsumian's parents, her mother a psychiatrist, her father, an electrical engineer, may well have been taken aback. "We're not oligarchs," Ms. Ambartsumian said. The couple split the cost of each purchase, acquiring works at the rate of about one per month, each a considered decision and a valiant leap of faith. "The more we collected," she said, "the more we came to trust each other, and the more we fell in love." The couple met in 2016 at a reception for the Museum of Modern Art Junior Associates. "That night I went out on my own, which was unusual for me because I'm an introvert," Ms. Ambartsumian said. "I thought this is something I really want to do. I'll go and make new friends. Still, I didn't expect to meet my husband there." She was heading toward the exit when Mr. Grajewski rushed to introduce himself. They made their way to a balcony overlooking the MoMA sculpture garden to begin a conversation that seemed only to deepen as the weeks wore on. "We couldn't stop talking," Ms. Ambartsumian said. Their first formal date was a visit to the Metropolitan Museum of Art. "We wanted to go together to a place that we had gone to so many times on our own," she said. Visiting something familiar seemed like a safe choice. They continued to go to museums and attend junior associate events and art fairs. "At a certain point we realized that the only way we could keep learning was by actually getting more involved in the art world," Mr. Grajewski said. "We felt the next step was to see what collecting was all about." During their treks, they would compare notes, often astonished to find that on just about every occasion they were drawn to the same several pieces, their interests encompassing canvases both abstract and figurative, vividly colorful and monochromatic, and, in addition, pieces of sculpture and photography. That shared affinity may well have been bred in the bone. Growing up they routinely accompanied their parents, his Chilean and Polish-born, hers Armenian refugees from Azerbaijan, on museum and gallery jaunts here and abroad. "As children," Ms. Ambartsumian said, "we each saw a lot of the same artworks. Once the couple set their sights on a piece, they would return to it multiple times, at varying hours, and in shifting moods. When they settled on a purchase, Mr. Grajewski, the more extroverted of the pair, would begin negotiations. The couple, who drew from their savings, had agreed in advance to split the cost. Each of us had veto power, Mr. Grajewski said. At times their choices were at odds. But from the very beginning we were opposed to any kind of passive aggressiveness, he said. That didn't mean that you couldn't say things tactfully, only that you weren't building up a certain resentment. The determining factor was, he said, that we would decide together what we want to wake up to and see every day. Some of their pieces were housed early on in Ms. Ambartsumian's former apartment near Wall Street. They would later find their way to Milford, Conn, where the couple now resides. The works for the most part are vivid and generously scaled. Those dominating the living room include an outsize canvas by the German neo-expressionist André Butzer, a doll-like portrait of a woman with saucer eyes in a scarlet frock. Another, a geometric abstraction by the Austrian Bernhard Baumann, takes up much of a corridor wall. Other more patently provocative pieces include a graphic depiction of bestiality by the Iranian-born Belgian artist Sanam Khatibi, a fantastical landscape in which a monkey and a human female couple